Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this really cute, quite simple gift bag. It's actually made using the gift bag punch board. I saw something very similar on Pinterest. Couldn't find any directions or instructions, and so I just went away and made my own, and I actually think it's rather cute. I don't think you'd be able to fit a great deal in there simply because of the way the folds are, but maybe some nice little bit of jewellery or something would look quite nice in there, or maybe a bath bomb, one of the smaller ones, a lip balm, something like that. But yeah, I thought this was lovely, and the tag is very similar to the one that I made in my gift set. So again, you've sort of got a general idea of how I made that, and this is done pretty much the same way. The back is left blank for your message, but yeah, I thought that was really cute. So I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, I'm going to apologise, and I'm going to confess straight up. This was the very first one I made, and it's the only one I've made, and it was a few hours ago, so let's hope that I can remember how I did it. So, it's very simple. A sheet of DSP, of course, I'm using my favourite again, Peaceful Noel and Joyous Noel, the DSP and Glimmer. Peaceful Noel is the stamp set. So you need a sheet of DSP that is 6 by 11, so you'll actually get 2 of these out of one sheet, which is brilliant. So 6 inches by 11. I've not gone with centimetres because there's no more cutting or scoring, so it is just half a sheet of 12 by 12 with a little bit cut off, so it's as simple as that. So, gift bag punch board. So what we're going to do is simply start with the start line and pop your paper in all the way to the top and line it up with the start line. Make sure you do your horizontal line. In fact, come out slightly so that it does go to the end. And if anything, I actually would say just go across, because it's the one thing I always forget to do, all the way across. So you've got your first score line there. So line it up, and we're simply going to score down side 2, our little triangle. Now, my tip for this, do it twice, because I found making the first one that for some reason, because I'm sat here and trying to do that angle was quite hard, and I wasn't pressing hard enough, and when it came to folding it was quite hard. So one side 2 score triangle and the side score. Move your paper across so that your side 2 line is now on the start line. Do exactly the same again. Score down there, score your triangle, and then score down from your triangle. Move across again, line it up with your start line, side 2, triangle, line from your triangle. Again, start line, triangle. It doesn't matter which way around you do it, as long as you get all these lines scored in. And the last one, again, line it up, score your triangle, down this one, down this one. Okay, then once you've got all of those, let me turn it over, you can see it better. Once you've got all of that done, turn it round so that your horizontal line now is near you. Put it back in, and what you want to do is line up, so you've now got your little excess on this side here. Line that up with side 2 so that your line is in place, and you just need to be marking these extra bits here. So again, where your side 2 line is, so my triangle is here, okay, so it's to the side of side 2. Go down and finish it off. And what you're wanting to do here is basically where this is your base, so you need those little tabs to create your base. So side 2, and the reason I'm starting up here is because I want that all to still be in line. and it's quite hard to do it by eye, so I'm literally just rescoring that line. So what you should have now is your triangles, and then at the tip of this bit of the triangle you've got your score lines going down here, and that's all you need that for. Thank you, Mr. Gift Bag punch board. Oh, out of the way. Right, so we need to score all of your side 2 score lines. Okay, so literally from the top to the bottom you're scoring. Then your horizontal, score that, burnish that rather. And then with your scissors, this small little square here in the corner needs to go away. So we'll cut that away, and then we're going to cut up the bottom tabs too. Very simple. So once you've done that, if you sit your horizontal bit down and fold it round, you will see how it joins together. And so that's your pentagon shape, your 5 sides. And then all you need to simply do is, I use my fingers, so I have these 2 sort of here and this one pressing in the crease, and I'm just pressing in the top part. Okay, so I'm not dealing with the triangle down here, just leave that be. I'm just simply pressing this part in and just getting a nice crease just in there. Okay, so now we've got more of a star effect at the top, and then obviously these all pull in, and that creates your bag. So let's get some adhesive on this. So first up we need some snail. This is probably going to run out, so I'm just putting snail on there, and then just line him up with the other side. So again, making sure your top here is level, and then once that's in place, give that a good press. Beautiful. So that's now the back there, and then you need your handheld punch, and where your triangle is, you need to punch either side of that crease. Okay, so if you wish to measure and line them up and get a line, that's absolutely fine. I just I don't actually know where this has just come from, but as they say in Pretty Woman, I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants and just randomly punch my holes either side and hope that they line up. You've noticed I've not done this yet. There's a reason for that, and I will show you very shortly. So I've now punched my holes, and I'm actually using Nature's Twine, literally Nature's Baker's Twine, because it's very similar shade. I didn't want to use white on this, and the copper metallic thread would have been far too fine. This seems to work perfectly, so that's what I'm going with. So there's my back. So I'm going to start, and if you have lined them up properly, you would be able to pinch these together and feed them through. But because mine aren't, I literally have to go weave in and out of each one. And basically I always make mine a little bit longer so I can cut ends off. Again, where your triangle is, you should be on the outside. Okay, so when you're folding a mountain fold, your twine should be inside. Your valley fold, your twine should be outside. And that will just give you a neater finish when you come to the end. So my twine's getting rather messy very quickly. It didn't get this messy earlier. So just going to keep going. Fingers and thumbs, let me just take my time. Might be a lot easier. Feeding it through. And just make sure that you have your twine long enough, because you don't want to you don't want to be going round and thinking, crikey, there seems more holes here than there should be, and you realise that the ends come out and you're just actually following yourself round. I've done that so many times. So last few bits here. Oh no, what a shame my delivery isn't a day earlier. That was the UPS man who brings my Stampin' Up! Goodies. And I know the sound of his truck and I get very excited when I hear him. Sadly, he's coming tomorrow, so I have to wait. Well, actually, when this is being filmed, he actually came last week, which is really strange. Okay, so as you can see now, you should have a twine that looks like this. So when you pull it up, it will pull all of it together, nice and tidy. So to hold it in place, literally just tie your bow. Oops. So I'm not overly concerned about it being pretty yet, because I need to now deal with the bottom. So Tombow, this is grey granite that goes with the DSP. The other one had Sahara sand. And I'm basically putting a circle on the bottom, A, to give it some stability, but also because there's a very small hole that creates when this all gets closed up. Look, you just get a very small hole. I don't want to see that when I'm given a gift, so I just thought, you know what, because you're not really going to be putting anything too heavy in there, but I do want some stability to the bottom of my box, so I'm simply going to punch two 2 1/4 circle punches out of this cardstock. So again, finding the join, which is the back here, so it's literally going to be going in like this. So I'm just simply adding some of my adhesive on the parts that are going to join. And the reason, again, you will now know that I did the top first is because I need it to hold its shape. Okay, then I simply, I can't do this and hold that, put some adhesive on one of my punch outs, and then this simply goes on the top, so it'll hold everything in place. And now I'm going to turn it over, because I want that, obviously, the weight there to hold it, and undo this, because this second circle is going on the inside. And the good thing about this is that once this is in, now will this work as well as it did before? I just literally dropped it. Oh, it did! That clearly is the way. You just drop it in. So I don't know if you can see, it's so dark, because I'm hoping you can see that there's actually the circle in there. Stays on cleaner, perfect shape and size to just sit in the bottom and hold that in place. I'm just going to pull this up. Oh, it won't close fully because of the bottle. I'm just going to leave it like that so that everything sets, etc. The glue on, lid on my glue. So I'm just going to make my gift tag now, which is super cute. So I have a piece of cardstock that is 1.5 inches by 3, which is roughly 4 centimetres. 4 centimetres by 7.5. And I'm going to heat emboss my tag. So embossing buddy, my Versamark, my favourite, Useful Noel. Look how loved that is. It's fabulous. In fact, this is almost lost its tackiness now because I've used it so many times. So there's my Noel, which lovely bit of Versamark on there. Pour those to one side. Copper embossing powder to just pop on there. lid on before I put my heat tool on and blow it everywhere. Heat tool. Now when I did the original one, I held it at quite some distance on a cool heat for quite a while because I didn't want my card to bend, but obviously I don't have the time to sit and do it on a cooler heat for a longer period of time because you will get bored. So I'm just doing it as is today. There we go. So that's that bit done. And then what I wanted to do was just stamp my pine bough on here. Oops. And I just stamped off and just sort of stamped to the edge of this one. There we go. That's that one done. And then my tiny piece of glimmer paper that goes on the bottom, just need to grab my trimmer. So it's 1.5 inches wide, and I think I made it 1/2 inch in thickness, so maybe 1 centimetre. And then again I just used some snail. Yes, this is longer than I anticipated, and that's for a reason. I just line up across the bottom, and then I'll just trim the excess off here to get that smooth straight line. Okay, and then what did I do with it here? Handheld punch to create that. And then, where is it here? A little bit more of Nature's Twine, which is going to be doubled up like that, and then fed through the back and through the loop, and then bring back my bag, take out my Stays On cleaner, thank you for doing your job, and then this should now be pretty enough. I think I'm going to sneeze, I do apologise. Bless me, sorry about that. Made my pretty little bow, which I actually quite like, sat on the top like that, and just trim. Again, I quite like the way those sit out like that, so I'm actually going to leave that as it is. And then all I did to attach this one was to put another hole punch in the corner there and just let him fall down. Nearly forgot. Hope this will work now. In fact, I could probably just slacken this off, or I can even undo it slightly. Corner rounder. No, I'm going to have to undo this, what a shame. I just rounded the corners. Oops, that one didn't do right. Let's try that again. That's better, but it's still not quite right, is it? Let's get the old freehand scissors in there. That's better. Rounded the corners just to make it a little bit prettier. So let's try this. Oh, look at that, first time. What a pro. Right, so tag on there, handheld punch just to create a hole in there, and then I don't know if I will be able to do it this time, just feed those ends through. I don't actually remember how I did it. I must have done it this way. I just tied a bow, sorry, a knot, but I don't actually. This was, I did warn you, didn't I? When I first started, I said I don't know if I remember how I did it. I made the bag perfectly, but I don't remember how I do this bit. Oh, here we go. So that's right. I just simply did a little knot because it almost looks like, you know, the old fashioned twine that you used to wrap with brown paper on presents. It looks very much like that, so it kind of gives it a bit of a shabby chic look, I think. And that should just about do it. And then you can play around, I don't like that under there actually, play around with them. But those are my Pentagon gift bags. Hope you like them. I think they're quite cute. I certainly will be filling these and giving them away as a gift at Christmas. Hope it's given you some inspiration, and don't forget all the products are available. The link to the shop is just below in the description, and everything else that you will need is on my blog, and that is also in the description. Hope you all have a great day and see you again soon. Bye.